news, or I want to say breaking news, but it's kind of crazy because if you don't remember, I'll just give you guys a couple of context for backstory real quick, right? So T Pain was on Drink Champs. I want to say maybe about 2 years ago. Was it? I think it was a year or two ago with Drink Champs and T Pain. Let me see real quick. Yeah. So okay, 10 months ago. That's about a year. Um, excuse me. He was on Drink Champs about 10 months ago, and he had divulged some information that he had went into depression, and it was a plethora of things that actually sent him into that depression and made him not continue to make. If you notice, T Pain really hasn't been the same since I want to say All I Do Is Win, and the DOA record happened. We've heard T-Pain songs we've heard T-Pain since then. We've heard his songs since then, but it hasn't been the same oomph that T-Pain had during the Buy Me a Drink era, or blame it on the drink with Jimmy Foxx. Blame it on the alcohol, excuse me, with Jimmy Foxx. But yeah, he had went into a state of depression because, like I said, it was a spiral of things that happened. He talked about when he went to a party and he had, make a long story short, he had embarrassed himself and spilled the drink on Beyonce's dress. He spilled a bunch of Hennessy on Beyonce's all-white dress. That was one depressing thing, right? And of course, this was his first time getting to meet Beyonce and Jay-Z, and he looked up to them and he fucked it up, he felt. Right? So then Usher says that his auto-tune, which you have to think about, around this time, T-Pain is, like I said, he's hot, he's on fire. But the only thing was, Usher and a few other people had started to be vocal about T-Pain, saying that the auto-tune in music was depreciating the value of it. And Usher verbatimly said that T-Pain ruined music. T-Pain, of course, took that to heart because this is someone that he really looked up to. T-Pain also said that Usher was one of the first people's songs that he even studied. He was in his room as a young one studying My Way. It was his first song that he learned how to write songs with. So it's a little bit hurt. That's like rest in peace DMX or Jay-Z even telling me, yo, you ruined hip hop, you ruined rap. That would crush my fucking soul if I was to come in the game and be one of the illest at the time, but then them saying I ruined rap music. That would hurt my soul. So I can understand how T-Pain went into that depression. But on top of that, what also happened was the DOA record, The Death of Auto-Tune by Jay-Z. Jay-Z was fed up with auto-tune. And the crazy thing was, the record wasn't dissing T-Pain, which T-Pain didn't realize, I guess, until months later, that he was never really dissing T-Pain. In the record, Jay-Z even says, y'all T-Painin' too much. Basically, he was giving a kudos to T-Pain in the actual Death of Auto-Tune record. The Death of Auto-Tune record happens. Summer Jam happens. I remember this Summer Jam like it was fucking yesterday, because it was one of the biggest ones ever, considering the fact that nobody knew Jay-Z was there. Jeezy brought him out to do My President is Black remix, and the crowd went nuts. No, it was the Put On remix. Excuse me. He did the Put On remix, not the President Black. He did the Put On remix, and then it went quiet for a second, and then you hear the horns going, and he does DOA. Mind you, DOA just came out not even, I want to say, a day before Summer Jam, and the entire crowd knew that fucking record word for word. The power of Jay at that time was amazing. Like I said, it had been, I think, I want to say close to about 5 or 6 years since Jay had even been at the Summer Jam. The last time Jay did Summer Jam before that was the Michael Jackson, when he brought Michael Jackson out. Because that's very hard to top. You bring out Michael Jackson, game over. I don't have to come back to Summer Jam no more. I've done whatever you want me to do. No one's going to top this for a while. He does DOA. T-Pain is actually on the side of the stage and gets through to Ebro. Says, yo, I know he's doing the record. I got to get out there on this stage with him. So he goes out there with him, and he's standing next to Jay. If you guys remember that clip. But yeah, so he's standing next to Jay, and he said he went for a handshake towards the end of the performance. And T-Pain said that he looked at his hand and went, "Good riddance," and walked away. Now, I remember the good riddance and him walking away. I just don't remember T-Pain putting his hand out. Now, when I look at the clip again, I do see T-Pain. He was reaching to Jay to get a handshake from behind Jay. Jay had shades on in the nighttime. I don't think Jay saw his hand. I'm just being honest. I don't think Jay saw his hand being reached out. Jay doesn't even seem like the type of person. Yes, Jay is a petty person. He's a petty Sagittarius, but I don't think he purposely just ignored T-Pain's handshake, especially when, like I said, the record itself wasn't necessarily dissing T-Pain. So T-Pain, of course, like I said, goes into a state of depression, he says. But what he also said in that Drink Champs was that he had a response record to DOA that he never released. Lo and behold, this nigga has a concert recently, these past weeks. I think it was, what was it, last week? Or I think Monday. He had okay, so June 17th, yeah. So this is last, I want to say Tuesday or Wednesday, when the Wisconsin Fest concert was. And he does the live performance of the Jay-Z diss. I'm going to pull this up for y'all, so y'all can understand what I'm talking about. And I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to just let y'all hear it.
You need to stop this shit over. You niggas is witnessing the genius at work. We do what the fuck we want to do, nigga. We breathe life into you fuck niggas. If Happy Boy die, bitch ass nigga. Talk to him. Talk to him.
Welcome to the rebirth. I can put you in the ground or the sea first. So breathe first or you gon' see dirt. They say they left with his dignity and some mean work. They tried to get rid of him and now they knees hurt. Shook. Who said they trying to brawl with Tylenol? You know you miss me, you ain't fucking with them guys at all. Put in the dough crack. They say they need more crack. They asking for pain relief, so I guess the boy's back.
You name one nigga in the industry saying pain ain't here. I'll wait. You fuck niggas need pain. You need pain.
Boom, boom, it gets worse with time. All the time you spend rehearsing your line, it end up worse than mine. You're thirsty for shine. Every time I spit a bar, I get 30 a line. Who said they trying to bang with Teddy Payne? I'm on everything, that's on everything. I'm married to the game, get the wedding ring. I got this shit wrapped, Teddy cellophane.
We've been on top since we stepped in the game. Teddy Payne, the nigga who made believers out of doubters. Say.
So yeah.
Hello, Discover Card here to explain.
I really don't think that was the Jay-Z. Like, if you listen to the lyrics, that wasn't a diss to Jay-Z. I don't think that sounds like that was recently made. Just to be clear, that sounds like that was very recently made. I don't think that was something he had from 10 years ago when DOA was out. I mean, 08, 09 is when DOA dropped. I don't think he had those type of bars 10 years ago. I'm just gonna be honest on that. And then when I'm listening to the record, it definitely doesn't sound like he's even remotely trying to diss Jay-Z or have any response to the DOA record itself. It sounds like he just did a DOA remix referring to the new times of the bullshit music that's out right now. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like he's dissing today's music. It didn't sound like he's dissing Jay-Z at all. I'm just being honest with that. And now I'm seeing the hip-hop blogs are trying to cover it now this week, saying that he dissed Jay-Z and it was a death of auto-tune response because of the beat. That's not the death of auto-tune response. Just from me, and that was me looking at it in real time with y'all for the first time, in case no one else had seen it. But yeah, man, that wasn't a Jay-Z diss at all. If it was a Jay-Z diss, an actual Jay-Z diss, I think there would have been more, not only more uproar about it, because if it was blatant, like I said, it would have definitely been every fucking where. Like, the timelines would have been going nuts about it. But also, if you think, like I said, if you go back and listen to that record again, to the things that he's saying, there's no dissing at all. If anything, he is dissing, like I said, today's music. And even you hear we call the DJ. Oh, y'all miss Teddy Payne. He's talking about an I Miss Me record. I miss me, basically. I miss being out here. Y'all know that y'all miss me, and music has gotten bad. That type of thing. And I can get that. I can definitely understand that part, right? So, speaking of, we're going to stay, this is definitely going to be a music podcast today.